Hey, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Glad to have you.
I'm here.
You got your coffee? I got my
I am
coffee.
here. Yeah, it's not my favorite cup today. Not cup wise cup of coffee today. I don't know. It tastes like I'm going to be making another batch later.
Oh, sure. You're down to the B strength.
Yeah, I'm not vibing on it. I'm
It's
not
it's 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 just like taking another pill.
mm,
It's just
yeah.
to get you going.
I'm not vibing on. But hey, whatever. What are you going to do? I got to work today. Um, you know, getting ready for some stuff. What is today's date, by the way?
Today is where are we? We're the second. We're in August. It's the 11th of
Yes,
August.
yeah, yeah. I got my buddy coming in town. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a water park.
Well, that's a good thing to do in August in Texas. Definitely.
Yeah,
And
I'm in this mode right now with work where I don't care really. It's it's just one of those things where like how, like you built yourself up. And whether that be work or a project at the house or a company coming over, you
yeah,
elevate yourself. You elevate. And then when it's over, you crash.
yeah.
I'm in the crash phase of my life with work, and because it's kind of a slow time of year. It doesn't mean I'm sitting around not doing anything. I'm just in this like let me use my reserved energy tanks and I'll get to it when we're busy. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, I'm living that part of my life right now, where I'm in that redo mode, which we were talking earlier about redos and all the things that are happening around us that are redos. And mo most recently, I had mentioned the kind of the drive-in movie experience when we went through the World Cup thing, that there were
Yeah,
a lot of outdoor venues
it was
with
great.
large screens that were making their real estate available for more people to come and watch the games in an outdoor experience. They get the food trucks out there, so they help
Yeah,
make money. They even maybe charge for it. A lot of them were free, but all of a sudden, for those of us in our generation who grew up with drive-in movies, we thought that they were just gone. They were just empty pieces of property. And it looks like that there's places that are starting to make a little bit of a comeback and saying, why leave that property with wheels on
absolutely.
it? Let's make a theater out of it again.
Well, when it brought, I mean, they had to capitalize on the World Cup in particular to really, and how big it was and give people opportunities. But what they need to look at is just the engagement and how fun it could be. Like you said, I mean, there is a drive in Fort Worth that I've been wanting to go to. And then my buddy lives out of state. And he just sent me a picture of a new drive-in. He took his kids to go see the new Minions movie. It just opened, which I
Yeah.
thought was awesome. Like those are those things. Like in a world of movie theaters that are struggling, we now have a drive-in open. I thought that was great. My light is twigging
And
out.
for the newer generation too, who never experienced that. I mean, it's a throwback for us, parents and grandparents too, because I remember that it was a really cool experience. You used to go like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They had playgrounds. Sometimes they get these little pet companies that would come in and bring in the goats and the little ponies and stuff for the kids to play, and it was an afternoon fun experience. Then you would have dinner, go down to the food place, get your hot dogs and popcorn and stuff, go back to the cars, and then as the sun's going down, they start with the cartoons and the newsreels and all, and
And then you
then
go into the movie.
yeah, and you stay at the movie, and you would go there at 4 o'clock and come home at 10, 11, or later.
My
Was
greatest drive-in experience, and I'll keep it short because it brought me reminded me of something else that's coming back a lot. That's been coming back.
Yeah.
But my greatest drive-through experience was being able to see. My parents took me to go see the Never Ending Story. Okay.
All right.
Which I still love to this day at 47 years old.
Yep.
Um, am I 47? I don't know. And and so
Don't say that because then I have to start thinking about how
well,
old I'm getting.
I'm anywhere between 46 and 48. I just kind of guess.
Sorry.
It's a roundabout. But and afterwards they did a double feature. Okay.
Right.
The second movie was Labyrinth by David Bowie. Well, not by David Bowie, starring David Bowie. And I remember my mom was like, "No, we're gonna go," and I'm like, "What?" So my dad's like, "No, let's stay because it's part of the thing." And that's when I fell in love with Bowie, and here we are. But that's one of my greatest movie experiences. But it reminded me of something else too that's really big on the up and up now are the arcades. And I'm not talking about main event, Dave and Buster's, corporate stuff. I'm talking about OG arcades. You got free play out in Denton and Richardson where you pay like $20. Every single game's in there for free.
Wow.
And these are not because Luke and I've been. Now we go to the one in McKinney called Arcade 92. Pinball machines, uh, console. They got the Michael Jackson Moonwalker arcade machine. Then they have the modern ones, like they have all the computers where you can play Xbox, Fortnite. But it is, and the cool thing about it was Luke and I went, it was $12 a person during happy hour. So $24 for Luke and I to go. They have great food. If you're looking to do drinks, they have great drinks. And then they do once a month, they do dollar beer night. And it's not dollar like PBR. It's like local craft beer for $1.
Really?
And they might have like one. It's one. Like recently it was Tufts, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um, but they got good food. And the great thing about it is you leave, because Luke and I went about a month ago. We leave. And we walked out to a couple other places, got a little snack, came back. You get the wristband, you can go in and out as many times
Yeah.
for the day.
And that's a plus now too, because rather than having to buy tickets or tokens and everything to drop in each machine to play, to go in where the only thing is you just have to wait your turn
That's it.
to play the games, and also what it's that is doing, it is making uh, use or reuse, if you will, repurposing empty spaces. I think didn't you mention that there was a big empty space or something an abandoned shopping center or something that they turned
Yeah,
into a paintball
they did. Yeah,
experience?
yeah. They just turned this abandoned shopping center in Michigan um, to a new paintball facility. And it's like I would if I go back like when and if I go back to Michigan, I'm like, okay, can I do this? It is not just a paintball experience, but it's different levels for your level of paintball. But the really cool thing is on the backside of it, like I don't know what it looks like an automobile place might have been there. On the backside of it, they got a racetrack for freaking not go-kart. Yeah, I guess go-karts. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but the racetrack is designed like Mario Kart. So it's got these like big I'm like, that's cool. That you don't got to tear it down. You get to create some fun entertainment away from the screen, away, like that's a fun time.
And that experience too is being adopted by the cruise ship lines too. A lot of the cruise ships are now taking
Interesting.
spaces, especially in the open decks, to put in bumper cars, to put in, again, the miniature golf experience
That's
too,
weird.
uh, and on a cruise ship. But the thing that amazes me is that this was stuff that our generation said, "Oh, I remember that. It's a shame that it's gone,"
It's
but
coming back.
it isn't gone because it's coming back.
Well, it's coming back too. and I think this goes with a lot of things because people, and this is, and I'm going to be off on this quite a bit, but I think people are tired of not having the experience. We can talk about virtual reality. We can talk about all these things you can do on the computer. And yes, and it's great. And I'm not, I'm not saying I don't embrace some of that. But why is it that my 8-year-old, as much as he loves to play on his VR and go on his games, why is it that I 9 times out of 10 when I'm like, dude, do you want to go here? Or dude, let's go to the pool. Or dude, let's go for a bike ride. He immediately there's no fighting. He's like, yes, let's go. Now, there are some days he's like, Dad, it's way too hot. And I'm like, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
but but I'm saying like we're seeing that. We also want to crave something physical. It's the same reason that vinyl records over the past 5 to 8 years, and especially the last five, have shot up. It's not just a nostalgia collection, it's the sound of music. There are people that just collect to collect, but there are people that collect to listen. And they're owning the original, the physical sound. It's the same reason why I collect physical media. I want to own something and have that experience of watching what the director wanted me to see, not what the streaming service wanted me to see.
Yeah. And again, that's another thing that's being repurposed in a lot of malls where there's been empty spaces. All of a sudden you go in, they're opening up record stores.
Yes,
Not only the throwback collectible stuff that you can pick up some of the but so much of the new stuff
it's
is now
coming out.
being there. And I remember growing up going into record stores where they had sound booths
Yep.
where you could go in and play and try and listen to some of the music on vinyl before you bought the album. Well, they're starting to do that in some of these places
So
now too.
Luke and I go to half price books all the time. But once a month, they do this thing on a Friday. I forgot what they call it. They got some name for it, but they do a local band inside the store, which is dope. They've
Yeah.
got a coffee bar, which I'm always up for. And then they set up booths to listen to CDs or music, like vinyl.
Yeah.
Because and you just hang out. I got an LP from a local band that Luke and I saw a couple months ago. It's just two songs on there, but I don't care. Number one, I supported local, and they were good too.
Yeah.
They did a cover, and I liked the way they did it. But then they did one of the originals. I was like, this is good, so I'm in. And the LP was like $10,
Yeah.
whatever,
And that's a great way for those young artists to showcase their music
Yes.
too.
It was
Uh,
awesome. And
you
there's another one coming up, I think next week. I know we're planning on going back. So
yeah,
we walked out of there. Luke bought some vinyl, even though it's only my record player, but he bought some vinyl. And then he always buys a book. He always buys a book. He's been
yeah,
lately getting the anime graphic novels, and I don't care what he buys. I really don't. He did just buy a really cool hardcover book, and it was like $8, but it was thick, and it's classic horror tales. And it's worked like old school urban legends.
okay,
Like it not, I mean, it's kind of creepy, but not like, and it's so cool. And he's reading it, and I'm like, he would have never found that though had we not gone to that event. And that's taken me back, to when we used to do that stuff.
yeah. You talk about the old coming back too. Look at what's happening with cover bands. These tribute bands. The original bands, go back to the Eagles and the Beach Boys. All of these older the Beatles. I mean,
Hmm.
the Beatles have tribute bands everywhere from
Oh,
small
everywhere.
venues
Yeah.
up to
Everywhere.
again. I mentioned the cruise ships. You know, because the younger generation is getting into this music again too. And you also have a lot of bars that are bringing
Hmm.
in tribute bands and all. That's boosting their liquor and
It
food
is, yeah.
sales too.
You got to do it.
And honestly, for me, I would rather go see a tribute band. It's more affordable than sitting in the third tier of an arena and all to see an original band, which, maybe only one or two of the members are from the original group. They're all, you know, being augmented with new younger players, with maybe one or two of the original people. So the tribute bands brings back that experience again of listening to. We just saw a tribute band called Tusk, which
Mm.
was a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. They were awesome. The two young ladies, I swear I was listening to Christy McVie, and all that and these musicians work hard to make sure that they create that original experience for their audiences.
Well, that's it. I mean, like,
Yeah,
and a lot of these bands aren't touring anymore or aren't around anymore. So you're like, okay.
yeah,
And you can find some really good ones, some really bad ones out there too, but you can find some really good ones. I went a couple years in a row down to the Granada in Greenville, Lower Greenville.
yeah.
David Bowie's birthday. They have a David Bowie birthday bash, and they got the great, what is it, the White Dukes, the Great White Dukes, whatever, out there. And everybody comes dressed up as their favorite Bowie era. They have a birthday cake, and then it's just an awesome, fun time. And I went like 3 years in a row, and the guy doesn't look anything like Bowie at all. Like he's wearing clothes, but he's his the
Right.
tribute is not the impersonation; it's the music.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that's the same thing with a lot of the Beatle tribute bands. I
yeah, they
mean,
don't look like him,
right. But
but they sound like 'em.
yeah, yeah,
So it's cool, and I think it's a fun experience for people that like David Bowie. There are Bowie fans that never got to see David Bowie live, and never will. Prince, MJ. Think about
yeah,
what the movie Michael has done for new generation. Like I look at Luke,
yeah.
massive Michael Jackson fan, and he liked
Michael
him.
Jackson didn't. It just topped $1 billion in revenue worldwide.
Yeah, and like that movie, by the way. Well, by the time we watch this, I'll have already owned. I pre-ordered that movie because I wanted it so bad.
Yeah,
But like Luke liked several Michael Jackson songs, and we watched his videos and his dance before the movie. After the movie, now it's a different level.
and
Like
aren't they going to be releasing Michael 2 pretty soon?
they are doing a sequel, and I need to tell people
Yeah,
this is not going to be the fun sequel. So be ready. Because this
yeah,
is, we got to see some of the fun, and we got to see this is going to be what they're looking at is as he gears towards the Dangerous album, which is amazing.
yeah.
But this is when things start happening, unfortunately,
Getting
and
to
this
the
is when
cerebral part of it.
this is when the media tries to crucify him, for
Hey,
things he didn't do, by the way, guys.
and
Um,
and you will hear about it right here on Trash Talk because we will be panning it and we will be watching it and
yeah,
Brandon will be reviewing it.
of course.
It's hey, I enjoy nostalgia. I mean,
Well, I
I
enjoy nostalgia, but I enjoy that it has some substance, that it's now becoming part. I mean, roller skating rinks, I love roller skating. We went back, by the way, I'm not as good as I used to be. Um, but it's so much fun. It is.
I have a dear friend who's up in Toronto and all who goes to roller rink every weekend and they pack the place.
It's packed. And
It-
it's not just people my age and older.
and
It's a whole new era.
not only for the roller experience, but the music
The
experience that
music is
went
the
with it
best.
too.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
cool. All right.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
We will talk about that more in an upcoming show too. So go out and make it a good one and get nostalgic about something. And then if you want, share it with us. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Catch you next time. Bye.
See ya.